17 for our global management team. So management positions. So we got our recording started. I should also make sure that we are on our the phone as well. So there's a couple other things that we forgot. So let's make sure on our prep session we remind ourselves to set up phone recording as well.
Your access code followed quick. By the pound or hash sign.
Okay.
Access code accepted. To start conference recording, press 1. The recording has started.
Cool. So now the recording started on that, in case anyone joined us on the live conference. And additionally, that would typically be done before the sessions that we had it going already. Cool. So let's see here. So this is all good to go. Oh, the live Hangout link. So I could take the live Hangout link and make sure it's linked here as well. And then this is perfect as far as the global calls. And a couple things here. So here's the Jupiter session, right? So now we would add, the Mercury session here. Mercury session, which would be the most regular. I guess it would go underneath here. And then also we have the Mercury session here as well, the management team. So we'll get that all linked up. So we have the Mercury session, there's the management team doc, Mercury session doc. And it looks like we have the management team doc set up here, which is good. So recording, so I want to make sure all the docs are set up. Docs set up. Recording is done. That done. And this is the management doc. Super global team, management team doc, and Mercury session doc. I think we might actually have a Mercury session doc already, but we can always just make a new one. And all this goes at the top. And we usually make it really small so that it clearly differentiates from our actual meeting. So I still can't hear you guys too well. Can you guys all see my screen and hear me? Hello? Let's go ahead and see here. You can see me on YouTube Live. Nice, that's good. All right, so let's make sure we have, so this would be our Mercury session. So I go ahead and quickly make a new one here. So this would be Ulysses, Abdul, James, and I think that's it, right? This would be our Mercury session. Anyone else we are missing? So we could say here attendance. So recording. So we got the recordings. We'll add the audio recording as well. Audio. This is the link to the live Hangout. Link to the live broadcast. And video indexing so that we can do attendance. And we have here, we got Jay, James, Abdul, Ulysses. Do you have the link to the session? So do you have the link to the session notes? http://w66 global calls. It's linked there as well as the global, as well as the, it's linked at both. So that's one of the ongoing tasks and responsibilities. So if we think about really quickly here, responsibilities. So this would be session responsibilities. If we were doing like a live session with the public, there's also like helping people get on the call, on the session, call that session. So that's a role that somebody would play. So this would be a meeting role. So I don't know, like communications connector. I don't know exactly what that role would be, but for now we don't need to worry about it because it's just us. We'll do it together. But let's say there was 20 people on the Mercury session or the Venus session, we would need to help people throughout to make sure they were able to connect and hear. So right now, obviously, we have some problems with the audio, I think. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't think I see any of you guys on the audio at all. So we can add to at the bottom, right? We add the value tracking. So this is another thing we can be doing. So session/meeting value tracking. This is something else we can index here. So session/meeting value tracking. Let's see what time we're at. Oh wait, we start at 6 a.m. right? So start at 6 a.m. 7 a.m. Say 7 p.m. right? America's time. So I was gonna quickly see if I could snag. That's good. The actual time here. So the link to the live broadcast, yeah, that's correct. Okay, cool. But we just want to get the time. So if I go to the broadcast, the live broadcast, you can see that it's been 7 minutes, right? Although it says 9 minutes up here, it's interesting. And I could add, and then also sometimes you would link the prep doc to the Mercury session doc. So the setup, maybe the setup is like, prep session doc or prep session notes. Part of the setup here. Link that there. And I think, oh yeah, so then here I was going to do really quickly at minute like 8, let's say minutes. So T equal to 8 minutes, and there's a question mark there as well. Move that. So meeting value tracking, session/meeting value tracking. I think this should actually be a role as well. So session/meeting value tracking. Oops. So we would have J audio, right? And so it'd be 7 p.m. Australia time audio and facilitation and text. And then we have everybody else. So then you have James, Abdul, and Ulysses. So you guys are all here at the same time, right? But be text only. So text only. So let's see where we're at here. So yes, it's linked to both. Yes, Mercury session prep. Just restarting PC. Okay. All right. Okay, I still can't hear any of you. Any luck, James? All right, so we're gonna start. So we got the attendance all set up. So that's a responsibility. We could also note who checked in. Checked in. This would also be Lucy, right? She checked in. So we could say attendance points. This would be Lucy, Jay, James, Abdul, and Ulysses, right? Okay. I'm watching live stream. I'm watching live stream. I still issue with the Hangout. Okay. You can try a call in as well if you want. There is also the main Hangout. You guys were all on the Hangout beforehand. Okay, so let's see here. Can you hear me now, guys? No, we cannot hear you. Oh, but you are on the actual thing here, which is excellent. We just can't hear you. So that's a good start. Excellent. Good, good, good. So we could at least say that Ulysses is at least on the live Hangout, on Hangout, right? Even though we can't actually hear him. Still can't hear you. You can try this. Let's see if it helps. Oh, Ulysses is gone. Yeah. Does that help hearing?
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you. Who's that?
What's wrong with my Google Hangout?
I can hear you. Who's that?
Hello.
You cannot hear me in the Google Hangout.
No, but I can hear you now. This is James.
It's James. It's James. Yeah.
Hi, James. Hi, Jay. Hi, Abdul.
Hey. Who's that?
Hi.
Hey, I'm Ulysses.
James. Yeah, Abdul. Hear me.
Abdul. Skype audio. Abdul. Oh my God. I think Ulysses, are you here too?
Yes.
Great. All right, I can hear you guys. It's great.
Not in Google Hangouts, you cannot hear me, Jay.
No, I couldn't hear you. We'll have to figure that out. So there's some next steps that we can think about here is audio and communications setup. That's always an ongoing global thing. But I'm glad we got the audio with the Skype. So we got our prep notes set up. We got the docs set up. I think minus the Mercury session doc. There might be a Mercury session pad, I think. I wonder if we go to unitynet.titanpad.com/Mercury. No. So I don't know, the audio went away. Let's try that again. So we go to call. So another task here. We do tasks. Just Abdul. What happened to everyone else? Hello, can you hear you, Abdul?
Yes, I hear you. Are you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm gonna try calling one more time. So let's try again here. All right, let's see if that helped at all. Right now we have James. Please check on Hangout if you hear me. I don't think we hear you on Hangout
Hello.
still. Oh wait, I can hear you now. Is that you, Ulysses? Who's that? James, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Cool. So anyways, you can see here that there's always going to be some difficulty, but the goal is to get the doc set up, and then to get the communication set up, right? And we still have some problems here with the audio, some problems with audio. We got the recordings all going. So next is the meeting rules. And it says here, hold and accept. So if I push hold and accept, can I merge them? Can you hear us, Ulysses? Ulysses is unable to join. So odd. Not sure why you. Let me try adding add Ulysses. Huh? What did that do? Add Ulysses. It says maybe you're already added. So you're not here. There we go. Hello, are you there? Oh no, and that call too. All right, so I need to get a recording back set up.
This service is provided in high definition by free conference call
No.
HT.com. Access code accepted. You are the only participant. To start conference recording, press 1. To read the recording, started.
All right, I got that one back on. So anyway, so we always have some problems with this. We'll have to probably come back to that, but let's get the meeting rules set up and move this along here. Does anyone want to help with notes? Facilitation. Want to help with facilitation? Notes, timekeeping. You want to help with timekeeping? Nobody wants to help with timekeeping? Does anyone help with video indexing?
I can do that.
You're going to do timekeeping, James?
Yes.
Great. Does anyone help with video indexing? No? Okay. Does anyone help with the communications connection? This is again just me here. Session meeting value tracking. Help with that? Oh, great. Thank you, Abdul. Ongoing task and link to prep doc. Cool. Did you create the Mercury session doc? Let's see here. So we got prep doc. Doc for ongoing tasks. I love it. So this would go into tasks. And for this, we can get started. Let's make sure it's shared properly. And it's in the network community at Gmail. This is perfect. And let's go back to here. We had the link of ongoing tasks. I'm just going to copy and paste that over here so that it's there. And we'll get back to that as needed. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So we got all the meeting roles done. Looks like I'm doing pretty much everything, and this would go directly into the meeting value tracking down here. And then we have check-ins. So let's start check-ins. And typically the goal would be to get through all of this, right, before we actually started, as best as possible. So, but if we don't get through it before the session, then we just do it during the session because it has to happen. Cool. So check-ins. I'll go first. It's definitely early here, very early. But I'm glad that we are here and excited about moving things forward. Yes. Who else would like to check in?
Me. Hello,
Hi, who's that?
James.
Hello, who's that?
Hello,
Hi, who's that?
it's James.
Hi, James. You want to check in and tell us how you're doing?
I'm doing fine despite having problems with the connection, but I'm doing fine. And looking forward to this session.
Cool. Abdul,
Yes, again.
how are you doing? How are you doing, Abdul?
I'm doing very nice.
Cool. Great. Well, we should do numbers too. I'm probably like 6.5. How about you, James?
Me, I'm 5.
5. And Abdul?
I'm 6.
You're 6?
Yes.
So how are you doing, Ulysses? So Ulysses can check in here. And so we're also going to link on the docs up here. So part of the doc setup, this would be top, the buddy team, Jay, James, Ulysses, and Abdul. Doc, right? So this would be another doc that we would want to link our notes to. So let's see if we can get Ulysses here, and then we can also do an average number. Abdul, how are you, Ulysses? Hi, Ulysses, are you still here? How are you doing, Ulysses? So, I don't know, maybe we lost Ulysses. I see him here though. It says he's muted. Unmute him. Can you unmute Ulysses? So Skype audio for like 5 minutes. All right. Not really though. All right, well, maybe we lost Ulysses. He's here, but he's like, we can't hear him or something. So time check, how long do you guys have for? Is he here? Let me see if he's here. Mercury session. Oh, maybe it's here. Mercury session chat. So is Ulysses still in the Mercury session chat? No, he's not. Hi, Ulysses, are you here? All right. So how long do we have? Probably do like in maybe another hour, so 1.5 hours total. For me, how long do you guys have? James?
1 hour plus.
From now or total?
From now.
No? Okay, so 1.5 hour total. Abdul?
Yes, present.
About 1.5 hours too. You have about an hour left. Let's be sure to start, we'll try to start wrap up maybe around 6, 7, 8, around 8 o'clock p.m. I don't know, what was that? Yeah, see, it only says 2 people, so we'd want to add Ulysses. Ulysses, but it's like not there. So odd. This is part of why Skype is just not the plan. But can you hear us here? Hello, are you here? Can you check in? How are you doing? All right, so we have our time set up. So, so we have about a half an hour. So 8 p.m., maybe in a half an hour, we do some wrap up. Let's see here. Probably more like 8:10. A little extra time. This would be Australia time. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little reminder here. So let's do a timer for 40 minutes. That'll remind us. Hey, continue to set up mic because I lost you guys. Your audio, I can't hear you now. Bummer. Can you check in? How are you doing? So, number between 0 to 9. So if you can't hear the audio, you can always try to connect via just the Skype so we can use it. Okay, well, I think we're going to have to move forward anyway. So introduction to the Mercury session. So the Mercury session is one of our global sessions. Did we get the Mercury session doc set up yet? No. So we still need to get the Mercury session doc set up. Part of me feels like we have that somewhere, but who knows where. So task. So someone needs to take on this task. So we got this one going on. So, so the Mercury session is part of our global structure. and it's the management team. So we do have the management team doc, and so we can go ahead and link the management team doc here. Just copy and paste that. And then there's the Mercury session. So the management team can change which session it's at and have different meetings at different times. But the Mercury session is always stays the same at the specific time where the Mercury aphelion. This is the time when the Mercury is furthest from the sun. It's a root point time cycle. So in the context of, let's make sure that we're indexing this. So let's see, notes. So these are our note check-ins. So we're doing a Mercury introduction, and the index is minute 30. So 30 minutes. Let's go check-ins. So generally speaking, this is our management team, our Glocal, which is our global and Glocal management team. And we have one of our topics to go through the management positions and different management goals that we can begin talking about for the whole African Community Network. So this will be African Community Network. It's primarily the community network part of it. So we'll just note that it's mainly the community network. Do you guys have any questions about the Mercury session or the management team?
Hello.
Any other questions? All right, just reminding all of us that it can be very, very difficult to do all of this stuff with the global communications. So another task is we want to make our buddy team doc. So make the buddy team doc. Just another task. Let's also make sure in the ongoing tasks we have linking, creating docs. So this includes buddy team docs as well, based on the needs of the meetings. Okay, no questions for now. Awesome. All right, this is good. Let's, I guess we'll move on from the Mercury session. And the Mercury session happens about every 44 days. And again, there's the aphelion, which is today. And so this is sort of like the beginning. And then there's the perihelion, and that's sort of like the, the sort of the setup, beginning or the setup, right? And then the perihelion is the, the focus or the review. So that the perihelion is where really the main. This would be the main. So perihelion sessions are always a little more important than the. But they're all Mercury sessions, so 44 days. Cool. So in general, to understand the difference between management and core team. So core team is basically like tasks and responsibilities, etc. So management team is more like coordination and coordination of other people, right? And then executives are really helping coordinate the management of team members, coordination and support for team members. And then executives is coordinating the management and legal actions. So, making decisions. So it's all decision making, but it just gives a little bit of context. So the executive team for the global level would happen on Venus sessions. Would be the executive teams. Okay. So, and then the full moon, new moon is our core team, our global core team, which is coming up next week. And then quarter moons would just be our student team, for helping steer all of the other buddy teams and other groups. So I think that kind of helps clarify a little bit about how the management works. And there was no other questions on that. So let's move on to the next topic. We're going to do we always usually do the methodology proposal. The methodology proposal is really just simply, make sure everyone's in agreement with the general context of our systems and processes, so that we have understanding. It's kind of like a term. We also can use it as like a terms of involvement, right? It could be like a terms of involvement or participation. So the question is obviously whether or not it's even linked here. I think we'd have it in the Jupyter session. So if I go to the Jupyter session, let's see here. Set for the Jupyter real-time session. Huh. Jupyter session. Let's try the America's Network.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey,
So we would want to find the link to. Let me try unity info / I'll just log in here. unitynet.kiteandpad.com. So if we were a little more organized for getting the setup, we would have the link for the proposal, which is always helpful. So let's see if I can put this together. So this would be GC, log in, number, view all pads, and proposal. Community methodology proposal, here it is. So the proposal is to approve the Unity methodology and all related Unity policies, protocols, guidelines, and systems and processes. So that's the proposal. So if we go here to the proposal, we can link it. Here's the link to the proposal, link to the proposal, and then we would go ahead and copy it here so that we can see. So this is just good so that people understand that we're serious, we're organized, we have very clear policy, protocols, guidelines, systems, and processes that coordinate the involvement of specifically our management systems and our core team executives and everything like that. So are there any questions about the proposal? No questions? So yeah, let's just go through it. So I would vote yes. Abdul, how do you vote? Abdul, how do you vote? James? Yeah, Abdul?
Yes.
You vote yes. James?
Yes, Abdul.
Say again, Abdul. Are you voting yes on the proposal?
Yes.
Okay, and then James, do you want to vote?
Yeah, I want to vote.
And are you voting yes, no, abstain? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And then we can see Ulysses voting. Hey, Ulysses, do you maybe we can get it loading, or maybe he'll just abstain. We'll see. But either way, we have an agreement, so this is good. What's really cool about our process here is that nobody had to agree to our terms involving participation, and they can actually suggest alternatives or changes to it. And typically we wouldn't really go into it at that moment, but it's good to know if there's issues, and then it also creates a parallel direction session. So that's good that we have agreement on that. All right, so next is introduction. Oh wait, we did the introduction to that with the methodological topics review. So we don't have a very long time here because we all have to get going. So I think our main things is the management positions, ongoing tasks, maybe some quick goals for our team. And I was thinking we could talk about our team name for a bit, which would be good. And then the budget, this would be the global team first, global team name. And then the budget, hopefully we can get into the budget. And then there's the master topic list if we have time for more. And then this would be a linked, be a task to link the master topic list. Ooh, the Mercury session, this is done. Nice. And we should note who did that. Was that you, Abdul?
Yes.
You did the Mercury session, Doc?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Great. And then this can also get linked into here. And so if we go into the Mercury session doc, it should have our session. So we want to say notes here. Oops. Oh no, what's going on here? So notes, then you'd want to have our session notes here. So if you can do that and add our session notes to the Mercury session doc, would be very important. And the global super team doc doesn't need to be linked here, it's like global doc. Awesome. Very cool. So now we need to, so another task would be to link these notes to all of the docs. Right, so the whole idea of all these docs at the top is this is where these notes would be linked, except for this one. This one, the main doc, you don't link notes to the main doc, you just link those to all the session docs. So management team, global super team, and our buddy team. So we need to create that as well. That's just to keep everything indexed and organized. So this is done. Link to master topic list. Okay, and the master topic list goes in the master task list. So master task list link, right? So we want to link the master task list here, and then we'd also want to link the master topic list here, as well as here. So if anyone would like to volunteer to take care of that, would be great, as we need to do that sappity. So next is so do we agree to the topic? So when we do the topic review, so we're just reviewing the topics in the order that we'd be talking about them, and we'd see if there's agreement. That sounds good. Is there any objections to the topic priorities? Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'm good.
It sounds good? Okay, cool. All right, and you guys can always add topics, et cetera, et cetera. So now we're ready to go into the first topic, which would be the management positions. Is anyone interested in taking on a management position? Management positions could include anything from communications, documentations, include I guess that would be more like an executive position. Yeah, but mainly communications, documentation. There's also actions. Well, these are the three main areas of management. And then within those, there's also positions that can be taken on. And the easiest place to see this would be, on our different projects. But right now on the global level, we mainly have worker coordination, personnel support, session support, calendars and scheduling. And so these are other, I guess this is here. These are the main global types of support and management positions that we have. So these would be like the top ones. And the other ones that I said, you have personnel and worker support. This would be like a co-coordinator, right? All these are co-coordinator positions because more than one person can do it. From here you have, like I was saying, session support co-coordinator. And you have, what were the other ones? Calendar and scheduling co-coordinator. Et cetera. And the only other position that would be the top position would be like there's also a co-chair position for our steering team. And this would be obviously an executive position. So is there any interest in any of the management positions? James, Abdul, Ulysses. So it sounds like no interest.
No, I'm still looking for. I'm still considering the best position. So I'll still give you my answer before the end of the session.
Yeah, or you can wait until the next Mercury session, or any other time we can talk about it. The general idea is that at the Mercury sessions is when we bring up management positions, and so we just want to make sure people know about them and how they work. Cool. So let's go on to the next topic. So this is the ongoing tasks. So there seems to be some major background noise, so we might need to figure out the background noise. I know what's that going on. Anyways, let's talk about it for now. But mute if you can. All right, so ongoing tasks, our next topic. Ongoing tasks is actually pretty cool. So, sometimes there's a question of like what needs to be done, etc. And we have this new doc that Abdul just got set up, which is awesome. It's our ongoing tasks doc. So let's go ahead and open this. And I'm also going to copy some of this in here, just so that we have it. Oh, we need to be, so right now we're minute 48. So we need to constantly be, this is minute 48 minutes, doing our management position. I think this is probably like minute 42. I don't know. So ongoing tasks are basically tasks that are getting done all the time, right? There's no end to the tasks that need to get done for this. So one is making sure the docs are owned and approved by the approved Google account. And this is important just so that we're keeping track of our all of the docs, right? So let's just do it like this. Don't need them to be actual emails. So does everybody understand what it takes to do this? It's very simple. You just click on share. You click on advanced and you check here, the owner is the network community 47. So that is a done deal, right? So this one's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're always checking and making sure all of the docs are done. I mean, there's thousands of documents and we just want to make sure that we can do that. Other ones is preparing for sessions like we did for today. There's sessions every day. So there's preparing for the sessions. Depending on the type of session or what session it is, there's different components of it. Obviously, linking and creating docs for the session is important. Links and creating buddy team docs. So for example, today we have a buddy team, Jay, James, Ulysses, and Abdul. I guess this is actually be a double team. right? Double team Jay, James, Ulysses, and Abdul. So we would want to get that all worked out. I think at the end, I mean, if we have time, it would be nice to potentially, break out into buddy teams at some point. Let's see if we have time for that. So comparing docs, so buddy team docs, and this is also double team, so buddy / double team docs. Does everybody understand creating and linking the docs, or any questions on that?
No, I don't have any question.
Cool. So then there's video indexing. So obviously we have video indexing during a meeting, but then after the meeting, we're always indexing our videos. So let's see if we have the async master training video links here. This is always an ongoing process, and we would typically have this linked right here to our video indexing at the top, right? So if you go into it, what you're going to see here is basically a lot of our asynchronous training processes, right? So we have the whole index of, or the contents of the master training videos list, master training videos index list, right? So these are index videos. So we have all these different trainings that people can do, and it's just important to link them. So for example, this one, you would copy and paste that and link it directly. And you don't actually need this link, right? You can just see this is the exit client review, right? And then you'd actually click on it and actually make sure that it works and that it links to the right spot. And see how it links to the beginning here, right? That'd be a problem because we want it to link to minute 21, right? So if you came here and you went to minute 21, so this would be 0, 21, 0, 0. Right, this is t equals 21. So why it didn't work the first time? Who knows? But if we relink it like that, after double checking it, right, you can see here if it works. So then we link it again, and so now it's at minute 21. So now it's obviously working. Once it's confirmed that the link works, you would come here and say, verified current link. So that's pretty much all it is for video indexing. So we need to go through all of these videos. So the only other component here is at the bottom. So you have all of the different new videos. So every day we'd be copying and pasting the old videos into here for the new video indexing and making sure that we have them all available and indexed. And that's another thing that needs to be done is actually going through previous meeting notes and making sure the indexing is actually completed. So if we go here, let me go ahead and add, I'm not worried about that. Let's just add our insert a line, and then we can add our contents. Easier to fumble through this with the table of contents. So now we're going back to ongoing tasks. So video indexing is frequencying the links in the doc, right? And we can also add the video indexing doc, and then also going through previous notes and linking the docs, copying and pasting, copy and paste the video index for that meeting. So just making sure that it's copied and linked through. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it on video indexing. Do you guys have any other questions on the video indexing? Any other questions on the video indexing?
Jay,
Yeah.
you've said that with the video indexing is just making sure that the links to the video are working.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we're copying from the minutes, and checking through previous notes and meeting notes that we actually have those particular videos in the index. Other than that, it's yeah, you're just fixing the links in the doc and can verifying them. Verifying links. And we'll go over it again as people need. I mean, it's a slightly more involved process. So, and then the other thing just to remind us here is that, so let's say like weekly master notes and setting up the session doc, right? This is on new video index, but we could easily, you know, copy this and then it would go up to sessions, right? This would be session support. So we come up here to finances, documentations. So it could go under documentations as well, because it's master notes, and then we could also put it under session support. Okay. So just like categorizing the new notes, so, and then categorizing them. Okay. So those are the primary goals of the video indexing. Obviously, another ongoing task is watching videos. So watching training videos, so you know how to do other tasks, right? Watching the index training videos. So all of those videos, if you have a task you want to take on a task, you can do that. So videos. So for this video indexing, you know, we can pretty much index it again because we just did a quick training on it. So this would be like minute 52 or something like that. Cool. So, but watching the training videos is definitely a good thing to do. Work reporting and documenting deliverables. This is very, very important to do that. And what other kind of ongoing tasks can you guys think of? There's the, you know, there'll be contact lists, outreach will be a big one. Other eventual tasks. Anyway, so this is we'll always be updating this list and making sure that it's clear. And then there'll also be organization between the different teams. Like different teams will have slightly different ongoing tasks, but this is mainly for the global team. Cool. Value tracking. Also like worker time worker reporting, right? But there's also like compiling the worker hours into the spreadsheet. So that's always going on. Value tracking. So this is you know, in the master notes. So the master notes, and this also relates to so there's the Americas master notes, there's the Asia master notes, so be the global, your Africa master notes, and then Jay's master notes. Right, so there's always all the master notes that need organizing. And this has to do with the document linking. So this is part of the document linking and daily notes tracking. Cool. So it's a good start on some of the ongoing tasks. Are there any other questions about ongoing tasks? James, Abdul, Lucy?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's move on. So we'll keep reviewing the ongoing tasks, making sure that they're clear. All right, and going through the trainings on each of them. And let's make sure that we have this ready. All right, so ready to move on to the next topic. And we're at 1 hour, so this is going to be 1 hour, 1 minute. How cool is that? So we have about 10 minutes left. So if we go get press session, get rid of that. All right. So ongoing tasks done. Next topic is our goals. So let's see here. Let's do a quick goal brainstorming. So team goals. And so this would be for the next 44 days, right? Until the next Mercury session. So can you guys think of goals we want? Obviously, we want to get our global team more established. Clarify roles and responsibilities. Supporting the Andromeda team, like having more direction and clarity for supporting Andromeda team. Other potential goals could be maybe a push for public involvement in the Venus session, which is June 12th, I think. That's going to be the next big session, which is exciting for the planetary involvement. So with the Mercury sessions are a little bit more internal because they're the most regular planetary session, but eventually they'll become more public. And then the Venus sessions are where we really push a bigger effort to get the public involved, at least for our network, right? Any other goals, James?
For me, I think you have said almost all of them, because the main goal of the global team is to support the Andromeda team. That is ensuring, okay, there are certain tasks that we are supposed to do which are not supposed to be done by the Andromeda team, like making sure that their profiles are up to date. I think that is one of the roles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. We do have, it might be helpful really quickly to look at the relationship between the different teams, and we went over that yesterday with the Andromeda team. And so it would be good to do that really quickly with us. So if I pull up, yeah.
Let me interrupt you for a moment.
Of course.
For me, okay, the last time I attended the Andromeda team, I realized that, okay, we always knew that, okay, there is an Andromeda team, but we never knew what their role was. For me, then I think it's good for the global team members to attend some of the sessions for the Andromeda team, so that to get more exposure to what they are doing, so as to make, okay, I think that will help to ease the work that we are doing.
Yeah, I mean, we don't require anybody to attend any session. It's totally up to you guys to attend the sessions that you want to help with, right? Oh, here, another ongoing task. It's J's hours and reporting support. So So yeah, I mean, we're really thankful that you, James, came to the Andromeda session, but I know it's like, 3 in the morning for you, so it's very difficult for you to attend. So we're not like expecting people to attend. Whereas the global sessions, like the Mercury session, we ask people to attend those even if it's in the middle of the night, because it's the Mercury session, right? That's the whole point of the natural time cycles, is that it's totally neutral for who has to be up in the middle of the night across the world. And different sessions of the Mercury session will be different for every person. So let's like really quickly look at the team responsibilities, because I think we have some good goals here. They're pretty clear. But there's really quickly on the structure, we're building a full team. The full team is asynchronous. It doesn't actually, so the full team is asynchronous. It doesn't actually actively meet. So then you have your double and triple teams, and you have your buddy teams, right? So the double and triple teams, this is the global and Andromeda team, and then our buddy teams are all pretty clear, right? So the full team is responsible for helping and supporting all the work that I'm doing as like the primary executive and manager, doing all the work for the organizations. Investor relations, we really need to focus on investor relations, getting people to help with our positions and helping with the sessions, as well as our local headquarters. And then of course, we're supporting the entire community network. There's 6 primary positions. We started going over some of those today. There's the primary planetary sessions, which the next big one is going to be Venus, right? And today we're doing Mercury, so this is great. And then the second Saturday of the month is the Americas Network board meetings executives. So this wouldn't be global, but it would be just for the Americas Network. So from there, the global team is supporting the Andromeda team, right? We're supporting me with all the work that I'm doing. We're supporting the full team. And then obviously we're also supporting ourselves. So we have to support our double and buddy teams of the global team. And so then if we look and understand what the Andromeda team is doing, the primary goal for the Andromeda team is the exit agreement and responsibilities for the client relationship, and also the strategic cooperation with EXA, and which is a whole bunch of things that we don't necessarily get paid for. And there's also deliverables we don't get paid for, but at least there's funds coming in. Then the drama team also supports the full team to a certain extent, and internal and buddy team support, and supports me specifically with my exit roles. So that's kind of clear. And then there's also the United States team, which is also asynchronous. I think, and it has a bunch of unrelated responsibilities, including the 501c3, other businesses, and it's our board. So that kind of goes through the overall picture and the responsibilities that are involved, and we might want to have a doc for that. I'm not sure exactly where that would go. I guess it just goes in each, and we really do need to create a full team doc and start organizing the full team. So maybe we can add that as a task someone can take on. So task, create a full team doc. Ooh, and another ongoing task is that I forgot to add. So let's go here. Ongoing tasks. So there's indexing information from meetings. So like, for example, I'm adding the stuff to the ongoing task list. So I want to make sure that, oh wait, we should start wrapping up soon. So I want to make sure, for example, that we update the ongoing task list, right? And another thing is obviously updating the master task list and updating the master topic list. So those are also ongoing. So to index the information from the meetings, I would just go over here to the ongoing task list right here, doc for ongoing tasks, and just add these 3 to the bottom here, so we don't lose them. Cool. So I think we're good on the our goals. Any other additions to the goals? Let's really quickly check in on our team name, and it looks like we're not going to get to the budget but that's okay because we don't really have the proposal yet. Like maybe I can quickly go over like how the budget's going to work, like the process. So right now we're the first global team, right? But there's going to eventually potentially be, many global teams. So we definitely want to get a name for our team. So do you guys have any ideas on what we could call ourselves, like for our name, our team name?
That's okay. Okay, let me give Abdul a chance first before I compose myself.
Abdul, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Can you think of any idea for like a team name?
Yes.
Have an idea for a team name? James, no ideas?
Okay.
How about you, James? Any idea? So the Andromeda team is the first Americas team, and they're calling themselves the Andromeda team. So, we could go for some type of, space reference. But anything is good. I mean, but we do at some point want to have a name for ourselves because it creates identity. Identity is good, and so try to solidify, especially on the global level where we're so disconnected. Anything to help us, team build and connect our team together, I think would be very helpful. So, any ideas on the team name, James?
Okay, maybe since we are connected all over, maybe in a triangular manner, since it's Africa, the Americas, and Europe. Okay, maybe maybe something concerned with triangular. I don't know. That's the best idea I can come up with.
Mm-hmm. The triangle team.
Maybe,
we also have the tri-global team.
Okay, the tri-global looks good. It looks good.
Cool. Well, anyways, I think that we have to continue to brainstorm, but at least we have some ideas. So this we want to copy into our global team doc. Let's see, where is that? Teams, global super team doc. And we can continue to brainstorm names over time. So brainstorm names. Then eventually we'll choose one. Cool. So so let's move on from here. So really quickly on the budget. So budget, basically, we're going to be doing the budget. We have the provisional team. So provisional buddy teams for the budget are James and Lucy, as well as Abdul and Ulysses. So triangle team. I hope this is the triangle team. I got it. The triangle team right here. So so you guys would be approving each other's budgets for the month of May to June, and then we'll be bringing that together with the global team and making a decision on that very soon. I think at the full moon session, right? So actually, yeah, so the full moon session next week, I think, is when we're going to be doing that. So if we go to UnityNet, unitynet.info, you can see the calendar. And let's go ahead and do UTC since we're talking global time. And so right now we're just finishing up the Mercury session. And next week we have the full moon session right here. So it's actually during the day in year Africa. And so this full moon session will be where I think we'll be able to approve budget. Because the Saturday, the 13th, is the last day that we have for the month, because our month ends on the second Saturday of the month at this current time. Eventually, we're going to go to the new moon, so the month will begin and end at the new moon. But yeah, so right now we're at the full moon. We'll do that. Okay. Any questions on the budget or in the next global team meeting? Any questions on? So we will approve next month's budget at the full moon session. This is on Wednesday. Well, and you guys will be approving each other's budget, so we'll go through that more in the future. But I think we're good to move on. So let's go ahead. Oh, I'm tired. And do some of the wrap up.
Jay,
So we can review our next steps. Oh yeah, James, you have another question?
on the issue of the budget, is there a limit? Something like a limit before we can discuss? Before we can
start, the first step for understanding the budget is understand how much funds we have, right? So for the global team, or possibly the triangular team or triangle team, depending on what we decide to call ourselves. So our income, so global / triangle team, our income would be, so we get some funds. We don't actually have our own income, which is actually a problem. We need to figure out a direct income source. So it's good to note, so we have no direct income currently. So our income is from, we have 3 sources of income. So one is from the Andromeda team. So the Andromeda team gives us about, we're going to get about $400 to $600, right? From the Andromeda team. So we have to wait for their budget to come through. But it's good to get some money from the Andromeda team. Then we also get money from RICO. So this is the resource Resonant Innovations cyber organization. So from them we get maybe like another $400 to $600, right? And then from there we're also getting we do have our own global budget. So there's the global budget, which is the annual budget. So if you think about the annual budget on a global level, we have like $1,500 total for that. But we divide it by 12 months. So all of our annual budgeting is 12-month budgets, right? For the 12, maybe even 13 months for the lunar cycles when it gets to that. So we do 1,500 divided by 12, and that gives about $100 a month, right? So it's about maybe $100 to $200 per month, right? So even though we have $1,500 in the bank, it only gives us $100 to $200 per month because we have to budget for the whole year. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So our total could be anywhere from like $800, $900 to $1,200, maybe $1,400. Probably the range of our global budget. And last month this month we budgeted $900. So our last budget was about $800 to $900. So that's our budget. It is what it is. It's not. Hopefully, it'll get larger in the future, and we can get more people involved. But yeah, any other questions on the budget?
So is it possible for us to discuss about the source of income in the next session? Because right now it's like we are depending on other sources.
Oh, we should definitely discuss that. So that would be a next step. That's a perfect example of a next step. is so we're going to discuss our budget, but also want to discuss income sources. So this also relates to our investment relations. Yeah. So those are really good next steps. And another thing that we sometimes do that I forgot is sometimes we actually, so we'll do check-ins, introduce the Mercury session, and then sometimes we actually even do like a review of previous meeting, right? And we have to remember our previous meeting was the new moon session. So if you think about it, the Andromeda team meets like every week, if not even like multiple times a week. Whereas the global team, this is only our second global meeting, right? I mean, this is literally only the second time we've had a global meeting. There's less people than there were on the new moon session, but it's just important to note that, you know, and we have our most active global team, you know, group is the double team with Jay, Abdul, Ulysses, and Lucy. But even that meeting is very, very difficult, you know, because I work all day and then at night it's like, you know, another 3-hour session, you know. So we do our best with that. It's not easy. So the global team, it's always slower. It's more difficult. It's, you know, it's a lot. So yeah. So maybe we can think of like how to collaborate more with the global team on an asynchronous level, right? Because we meet so rarely, our next meeting will be well, Wednesday. That's not too bad. Yeah. So over time we'll start meeting more, but it should be like, you know, once a week or so. All right. Are we good on next steps? Any other next steps you can think of?
For me, no.
Okay. So the next thing would be, oh yeah, next steps here is audio and communication setups. Like we didn't have Ulysses on. So what happened to Ulysses? He disappeared. He disappeared on text as well, right? So if we're doing our session meeting value tracking, Ulysses was only here maybe, you know, half an hour. For the rest of us, we're here for an hour and a half. So it'd be 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. Ulysses was only here a half hour, and all these would be 1.5 hours. So James, you didn't quite get much on the timekeeping, so this would be more like a point. So Jay did some timekeeping as well. I did this, I did this. You know, and over time we'll see here. So the totals, if we get the totals going on, you can see that we had the point for everybody. So points, you know, James gets 2 points, where everyone else gets 1 point. Everyone got 1 point, except for James, you got 2. And then Jay, James, Abdul, Ulysses. So Ulysses was 0.5 hours. Abdul was 1.5 hours. James, you're at 1.5 hours. And then for me, you know, because I did all these different roles, you get one for each role. So it's 1.5 plus 1.5 is 3. So that would be 6, 9, 10.5 hours. So it's 10.5 hours of roles for the value tracking on the work that was actually done during the meeting to coordinate and help the meeting happen. So that's our value tracking. That's also part of our wrap up. So we do session value tracking. Sometimes we do that afterwards, but it's good to do it during as well. Tasks. So master task list is linked. This is good. You can check out our master task list. So we have our tasks for May 6th. So we'd want to add the May 6th tasks, and we also want to link the new ongoing task list here as well. So where's our ongoing task list? Here it is. pop that right there. Hi Jay, Ulysses 5 hours. Is this right? I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. Question. Huh? Where? Where? All right, so the master task list is linked. We always want to try to link that there. Getting these notes and all the docs at the top. So we really still need to get our double team doc set up. I still don't think you guys understand, like the global super team is not really a team in of itself. It's like, this is where we link all the different session notes. So here we should have the Mercury session notes, so that's good. But overall, it's not, the Mercury session itself is a session, but the actual meeting is the double team with the 4 of us, right? This is a double team meeting. And so this is just the super team doc. And this is pretty much asynchronous, right? So let's go ahead and try to get our double team meeting going, our double team doc going. So that's a task that someone needs to do. Does anyone want to take that on for our double team? Oh wait, looks like it's done. Looks like Abdul did it. Excellent. Let's link this up here at the top. And when you guys are doing tasks, be sure to do it. So it's like done, this is done, but by who, right? By who? Question mark. So we also want to mark who did the task so that we can give people credit and make sure that they're getting more value based on the task that you're doing. So one thing we could do is, like, if Abdul was helping with some of the documents, we could say, document linking and creating. So maybe this is Abdul. Abdul, did you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, so Abdul would get an additional 1.5 hours, so he would be at 3 hours. Because he was making doc, and actually, instead of just attending the meeting, he was actually working during the meeting, so he's getting additional value. Cool. So I think that we're pretty clear on all this. Another next step that we always seem to miss is our value tracking and equity relationships for our global team. This would also be the Mercury sessions, management, etc., etc. So this is important. We always never seem to get to this, but this is a session equity, team equity. Very, very important. Let's make sure we get to that next step. So then other tasks that need to be done is we need to update. Also creating the full team doc needs to happen. Link these notes to the docs at the top. So this is pretty much, well, let's check. So we look at our buddy team, we go into here for our buddy team. So it's the doc is made, but the actual work hasn't been done yet, right? Which is basically, we need to have our notes here. So we would link these notes to this buddy team doc. So we still need to link the notes to it. The other one would be for the Mercury session. So the question is the Mercury session link the notes? So the links, the notes are not linked to it. Right. So does someone want to take on this to link the notes? Buddy team, Google, and James. So you guys can figure out how to get all the notes linked. So these Mercury session notes need to be linked in all of these 4 docs. So the Mercury session, the management team, the global super team, as well as the buddy team. Or it's actually a double team. Double team. Okay. Does that make sense? James, Abdul?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. The other task here is updating the master topic list. So these next steps here, we need to update into the master topic list, and then the updating the master task list. And that's just adding the tasks. And that's an ongoing task, is always updating the master topic and master task list. So I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we got our full team doc. This is excellent. So here's our full team doc. And I would go ahead and say that we don't really need to put meeting notes in the full team doc. We could, but maybe only when there's overlap between the Andromeda teams. So this is like for notes, only when there is overlap between Andromeda and global team. So for this one, let's not worry about it. But anyways, this is really good to have our full team. Even though it doesn't actually meet, it will be helpful to keep track of some of the stuff. So the main thing that would go here is I would go ahead and put, so I wouldn't even put the full team at the top of here. It's not really applicable here. But I would link the full team to, so another task can be link the full team doc to the Andromeda and Glocal team docs. And then, of course, the main thing that we want in the global team doc, the full team doc now is this. So it talks about the full team responsibilities and the overall structure of everything. It's really important to have documented. So that kind of explains the concept of the full team. And here I would link the global super team actually would be part of the full team. So this would actually go down here. So teams within our full team. And there'd be the Andromeda team, etc. United States team. Cool. So that's good. And then the other thing is our goals. So here's some of our goals for our global team. So I would go into our global team notes at the top here, the global super team, and just come down to notes, buddy teams, major responsibilities. So like our responsibilities and goals. Goals. Cool. So that's it. We're all pretty much organized here. There's a couple more tasks to take care of. But I think overall we are, all right, this is old. And the video indexing, when someone needs to take care of the video indexing. Can someone do that? Video indexing. I might need to do that myself, but hopefully someone can help out with that. All right. So to finish the video indexing, I would just do this. We have the session meeting tracking. We have the management positions. So this would be minute 42. Then you have the ongoing tasks. And this would be minute 48. And then we have the team goals. Team goals and responsibilities. Maybe that was minute, like 1 hour. More than 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 minute, something like that. Cool. So then from here, the task is to copy all of this and then put it into the async master training video index. I'm going to come all the way down to the bottom. And I would say May 6th is Mercury. Okay. So now I can go down to here to our task list, say video indexing, done, J. I did it. So eventually we want other people to help with the video indexing. So finish all right, so let's check out. We're a little behind, but I thought this was a pretty good meeting. I'm really tired, but I'm glad we finally had our second meeting for global team. That was really good. I had a second meeting. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that that Ulysses dropped off. Yeah. James, you want to check out?
Yeah. Okay, I think the meeting today was very good, despite the issues with connections from some of the members. But overall, we did a great work.
Great. I'm just linking the full team doc there. Google forgot to link that. Anything else you want to add? Okay, Abdul.
Yes.
How's the meeting for you? Want to check out?
Yes, I check out this.
How was the meeting for you? How did it go?
Yes, I check out.
Yes, it was good. And Ulysses, assuming he's still not around. Hi guys, he says hi. Do you want to check out Ulysses? Ulysses in this case would kind of do like a check-in and check-out at the same time. But I think we're pretty much done. So until the full moon is when we'll do our next sessions. I want to join. Okay, well we're done. Well we are done. But you can check in out real quick by text if you want. All right, well, maybe Ulysses doesn't want to check out. Okay, Jay, you gonna type? Just a little quick. All right, well, I don't see anything from Ulysses. So yeah, I think we're done. And then this right here would go, oh, and then another thing here that we want to check in on the task actually is the other task is to update, this is part of the ongoing tasks, update the master notes. Okay. There's also creating the next week's master notes. So for now, I'm just going to link these to my own master notes. So you would click all of these, the value tracking for the master notes. Let's see if I have master notes. I haven't even created master notes for today yet. It's too early. Okay. Oh, and the other thing we need to do the next step is making sure you guys are using the global network docs. For some reason, you guys aren't, and I'm not sure why. So let's make sure that is happening. So another next step is using the global network docs for folder or Google Docs. So we need to look into that. So right now I'm just going to create a new Google Doc for my master notes. This would be Jay's community Saturday master notes, and this is May 6th. And now we do 5 a.m. No, 6 a.m. 6:5 a.m. So prep for Mercury session notes, and then at 7 a.m. America's time, we did the Mercury session. It looks like we're doing 2 hours. And so I would do this. So we got the session notes. Session notes. All right, so I think we're done here. Any last thing? Let's see what Abdul is saying. And link these session notes. Copy. Actually, well, we can't hear you. And I have no idea where you're chatting. Are you chatting over here? Oh yeah, you're here. Okay. Hey guys, you've already been done voting. Yes, yes, yes. I want to vote. Can you hear me, guys? No, we can't hear you. All right. We are signing off. You'll have to vote next time. All right. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. You take care. Bye, guys. Bye, James. Bye, Abdul.
Yep.
Bye. And end the broadcast.